Hello everyone, welcome to a journey where we come face to face with one of nature's most relentless forces, the wave. Waves can do a lot, wash away homes, toss huge ships around, and turn simple journeys into terrifying experiences. Out on the open water, there's no room for error, no place to hide. When nature unleashes its fury, the ocean reveals its full might. Every wave tells a story of power, patience, and unpredictability. Today, we're not just talking about any waves. We're diving deep into some of the most epic and unforgettable waves ever recorded in human history. From monstrous swells that dwarf fishing boats to sudden surges that catch tourists off guard, we'll witness the true scale of the ocean's might. You'll see how people, both seasoned sailors and unsuspecting travelers, face these watery giants and what it really means to survive the wild. So, buckle up and grab your raincoat. Let's check out some of the most incredible waves in history. Let's get it on! Picture this: a large fishing boat, built to withstand the harshest conditions, is tossed around like a bathtub toy in the North Atlantic. The sky is gray, and the water is a boiling cauldron of whitecaps and spray. You can barely hear the crew's shouts over the howling wind, and every wave seems bigger than the last, towering, relentless, and cold. The North Atlantic is notorious for its brutal weather and powerful currents, and this day is no exception. The boat plunges down one wave, only to be lifted up by another, swaying dangerously as it battles to stay upright. The sheer scale of the waves makes the vessel look insignificant, as if it's just a speck in an endless ocean. It's a humbling reminder. Out here, humans are at the mercy of the sea, and survival depends on skill, luck, and respect for nature's power. Now, let's head into the teeth of a 12-point storm, where naval patrol boats are fighting for their lives. The waves are over 16 meters high, cold as ice, and every crash against the hull shakes the entire vessel. Freezing spray coats the decks, and the sky is a churning mass of black clouds. These boats are designed for resilience, but even the toughest steel feels fragile when nature is this angry. Despite the chaos, the crews work together, holding their nerve as they ride each monstrous wave. The danger is real. One wrong move, and the boat could capsize. Yet, through grit and teamwork, they manage to keep afloat, proving that courage and preparation can make the difference between disaster and survival in the wildest seas. When you think of Hawaii, you might imagine gentle breezes and sunny beaches, but the islands are also home to some of the world's most dramatic ocean waves. These waves are a siren song for surfers, drawing them from across the globe to test their skills against the Pacific's raw energy. The power of these swells is mesmerizing, with walls of water rising up and curling over in perfect, thunderous arcs. Locals and tourists alike gather on the shore to watch nature's show, sometimes gasping as the waves crash down with unbelievable force. The beauty and danger are inseparable. One moment it's paradise, the next, a single wave can sweep the unprepared off their feet. It's a stunning reminder that the ocean is always in charge, no matter how inviting the setting. In 2019, passengers aboard a Baltic Sea ferry found themselves in the middle of a tempest they'd never forget. The sky turned ominous, and the wind picked up until the ferry was lurching from side to side. Waves battered the hull, sending spray over the windows and rattling nerves inside. People gripped their seats, eyes wide, as the vessel pitched and rolled with each new assault from the sea. Despite the chaos, the captain and crew kept their cool, steering the ferry safely through Mo. When they finally reached shore, there was a collective sigh of relief, proof that even in the face of nature's fury, human determination and seamanship can see us through the worst. A ferry ride from Ireland to France is often an exciting adventure, but when the weather turns, excitement quickly gives way to fear. On this journey, passengers struggled just to stay in their seats as the ferry bucked and twisted over massive waves. Luggage tumbled, drinks spilled, and the sound of the wind outside was matched only by the nervous chatter inside. The waves seemed to come from every direction, and each one threatened to send the vessel off course. For many on board, it was a stark lesson in the power of the sea, one that would be retold for years to come as a reminder that, out here, you're never really in control. Nazare, Portugal is legendary in the surfing world, and in 2020, it made headlines when a German surfer rode a wave measuring a staggering 29 meters. Standing at the crest, the surfer looked like a tiny figure against a mountain of water. Spectators on the cliffs held their breath as he dropped in, carving his way down the face of the wave with incredible skill and nerve. This was more than a surf session. It was a world record, a testament to human courage, and a celebration of the raw, untamable energy of the ocean. Nazare's waves are born from underwater canyons and powerful Atlantic storms, making them the ultimate challenge for even the bravest surfers. In Iceland, even the glaciers can create waves of epic proportions. When chunks of ice calve off a glacier and crash into the water below, they trigger massive waves that rush outward, startling tourists who come to admire the frozen beauty. The water churns with ice and foam, and the sound of cracking ice echoes across the bay. These waves are unpredictable and dangerous, a reminder that even the calmest-looking waters can hide sudden peril. For those lucky enough to witness the spectacle from a safe distance, it's a jaw-dropping display of nature's interconnected forces. Ice, water, and gravity, all working together. Imagine running out of fuel in the middle of the Indian Ocean, with a storm rolling in. That's exactly what happened to one unlucky ship, adrift and vulnerable as towering waves battered its hull. With no way to move, the crew radioed for help, and a rescue vessel braved the storm to tow them to safety. The tension was palpable as tow lines strained and waves crashed over the decks. Every minute felt like an eternity, but teamwork and determination won out. Against the odds, both ships made it through, proving that in the wildest seas, survival often comes down to grit and trust in your fellow sailors. In Indonesia, cameras captured the shocking moment a wave lifted and engulfed a boat moored near the shore. The wave seemed to come out of nowhere, rising up and swallowing the vessel in one smooth motion. Fortunately, no one was on board at the time, but the footage is a stark warning about the unpredictability of the sea. The power of the wave was enough to toss the boat like a toy, leaving it battered and half submerged. It's a vivid reminder that when you're near the ocean, you're never really safe. Not even in calm-looking waters. On a sunny day in Hawaii, a group of tourists lounged near the water's edge, totally unaware of the danger lurking just offshore. Suddenly, a huge wave crashed down, sweeping people off their feet and honestly, sending belongings tumbling everywhere. Panic erupted as everyone scrambled to higher ground, soaked and pretty shaken by the sheer force of nature. It all happened in seconds, a calm scene turned chaotic by a single, unexpected wave. For those caught in the surge, it was a lesson they'd never forget. The ocean always has the final say. When monsoon rains hit India, rivers can swell to incredible sizes, creating waves that surge through towns and fields. This isn't just a rise in water level, it's a transformation as placid streams become raging torrents. Locals scramble to secure their homes and rescue teams race to help those caught in the floodwaters. The waves carry debris and mud sweeping away anything in their path. It's a powerful reminder of how interconnected our world is, how a single storm can reshape entire landscapes and lives. Vacationers at a seaside hotel were enjoying a peaceful day when a massive wave crashed into the complex, shattering windows and flooding the ground floor. In an instant, the holiday mood was totally ruined as guests scrambled to safety, clutching their belongings and helping each other through the chaos. Thankfully, no one was injured, but the damage was extensive. The hotel stood as a testament to the unpredictable might of the sea, a place where paradise can turn perilous in the blink of an eye. On the edge of the Train Sea, a small village faced the wrath of a violent storm. Waves battered the shoreline, overtopping barriers and flooding homes and streets. Residents worked through the night to protect what they could, stacking sandbags and moving to higher ground. Despite their efforts, the village was left waterlogged and battered. The storm was a harsh reminder that the sea is always changing, and those who live near it must be ready for anything. Each year, Oregon's coast experiences a dramatic transformation as tide season brings in thick, frothy waves. The foam is created by a combination of weather and microscopic organisms, turning the shoreline into a surreal, bubbling landscape. Waves crash into the foam, sending it flying into the air like snow. Locals and visitors alike marvel at the spectacle. But beneath the surface, the currents are strong and the waves can be treacherous. It's a beautiful, but sometimes dangerous reminder of nature's creativity and power. Ship launches in Florida are more than just a technical achievement, they're a spectacle. When a massive vessel slides into the water for the first time, it displaces thousands of tons, sending a huge wave racing toward the shore. Spectators cheer as the wave crashes in, sometimes soaking those who've come too close. It's an immersive experience, a celebration of human ingenuity, and a vivid demonstration of how even our creations must bow to the laws of physics and the power of water. In North Carolina, narrow waterways make ship launches especially dramatic. As each new vessel enters the water, it creates a wave that barrels through the channel, often catching onlookers by surprise. Local officials sometimes have to warn people to keep their distance. But the allure is hard to resist. The spectacle is a community event, blending tradition and excitement, but always underscored by respect for the forces at play. Even in controlled environments, water finds a way to remind us who's boss. At Devil's Tier in Bali, waves smash against a rocky cliff with such force that plumes of spray shoot skyward. The water crashes into caverns and crevices, making it look like the cliff itself is weeping. The sound is thunderous, and the energy is palpable, raw, untamed, and mesmerizing. Tourists gather to watch the spectacle, but one wrong step near the slippery rocks can spell disaster. It's a place where beauty and danger blend, and where the sea's power is on full display. Every autumn, San Sebastian in Spain is battered by waves up to 7 meters high. Local fishermen know the risks and respect the sea's seasonal mood swings, sometimes choosing to stay in port rather than face the fury. The waves crash against the seawall, sending spray high into the air and drenching anyone nearby. For the city, it's both a challenge and a spectacle, proof that even in modern times, the ocean commands respect and attention. Sometimes, it's not just the sea you have to worry about, it's your own success. Off the coast, a fishing crew landed a catch so heavy that their ship sat dangerously low in the water. When a large wave hit, it flooded the deck, threatening to capsize the vessel. Working quickly, the crew jettisoned some of their haul and pumped out water, fighting to keep the ship afloat. It was a tense reminder that greed and nature don't mix, and that survival often means making tough choices. Back in Portugal, 2017 saw another incredible feat as a surfer took on one of the largest waves ever ridden. The wave rose up like a moving mountain, and the surfer's every move was a calculated risk. One slip, and it would be all over. Spectators watched in awe as he carved down the face, harnessing the wave's power for a few unforgettable seconds. It's moments like this that capture the spirit of adventure, pushing limits and facing fears head-on, with nothing but a board and courage. It's not just the oceans that can create epic waves. Sometimes, flooding can transform even landlocked places like New Mexico. After a series of storms, floodwaters surge through normally dry riverbeds, creating waves that swept across roads and fields. A cameraman captured the moment, showing water moving with surprising force and speed. These waves carried debris and posed real danger to anyone caught in their path. It's a reminder that water's power isn't limited to the sea. It can strike anywhere, at any time. In the North Sea, winter storms are honestly just a way of life. Force 12 gales whip up waves the size of buildings, making even the biggest ships feel tiny and, well, super vulnerable. For sailors, it's really a test of endurance, battling fatigue, cold, and, yeah, even fear as the storm rages on. But it's also a testament to human resilience. Generation after generation, people have braved these waters, learning to respect the sea and adapt to its rhythms. Out here, survival means knowing when to fight and when to wait out the storm. When a severe storm hit Marshfield, the city faced disaster as floodwaters rose and a dam collapsed. Waves surged through the streets, flooding homes and businesses in just minutes. Emergency crews scrambled to rescue stranded residents while neighbors helped each other to safety. The aftermath was devastating, but the community pulled together, determined to rebuild. It's a powerful example of how, Even in the face of overwhelming natural forces, human spirit and solidarity can really shine through. In Laguna Beach, a beachfront house became the target of an enormous wave. The water crashed through windows, flooding the living room and sending furniture tumbling. The family inside rushed to higher ground, shaken but unharmed. The incident left a mark, not just on the house, but on everyone who witnessed it. It's a stark reminder that, no matter how beautiful the view, living by the sea means living with its risks. Finally, we come to the Drake Passage, the infamous stretch of water where the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans meet. Here, 20-meter waves are not